Well, now, let's have a look at the crowd shot at Harold Park. You know, as one who has been coming to the night trots at Harold Park since the 1960s, I can tell you that that is a heart-warming sight to me. I can remember when an average Friday night crowd without a major race, you'd see that many people here at Harold Park back in even in the 1970s, in that golden era of Paleface Adios, Hondo Grattan, Mitchell Victory, King Frost, Welcome Advice. We had a galaxy of great horses in the early to mid-1970s, and that's the way it looked here, Sheldon Merthyr, every Friday night.
Just talking to one of the locals who was here when the last time he came to Harold Park was when Mount Eden won the race, and he reckoned there were 30,000 there that night.
I think that's true. You couldn't move in the place. I can remember calling that Miracle Mile from the back straight, where the broadcast boxes were situated. And I can remember the awesome sight of the grandstand just packed to the rafters for Mount Eden's Miracle Mile. The all-time record crowd here at Sheldon was 50,000 for the 1960 Inter-Dominion Grand Final. I can't imagine 50,000.
That'd be backed up to Glebe, wouldn't they, if 50,000 people?
Part of the grandstand collapsed. No serious injury, fortunately. People were standing on the tops of their cars in the infield car park to get a view of the grand final. And the grand final had everything, including a protest, Caduceus and Atmat. Ah, yeah, Harold Park, when a young man was taking a young lady out for the first time, this is where he brought her, the Harold Park Trots. Such was the social impact that a night at the Trots had back in that golden era. You'd have been the kind of bloke that would have taken a young lady to the Trots, first outing.
To the Harold Park Trots? Yeah, I would have been tempted. I bet you would have.
Well, look at that. Isn't it a wonderful sight? Does the heart good. If only we could see it every week. Next week, you'll be able to fire a 14-inch cannon through the stand and you'll be lucky to hit anybody. And that's a sad fact of life. OK, here's the gate. Rolling off at Ballarat. There will be Brian Hancock's 14th drive in the Miracle Mile. Most of the others have had big race experience throughout Australasia. You wonder how they're feeling, though, at this moment. I mean, this is a one-off event. There is no margin for error.
I just had a chat to John Justice, actually, and I suppose he's got a reputation to be capable of getting fired up before these sorts of events, but he's as cool as a cucumber, which may be a key for Shaker Maker's chances in this race tonight. He says, what have I got to lose? I've got nothing to lose. I've drawn 6. I genuinely probably think that most people don't rate me at all, so he's got no pressure on, and that could be the best thing for Shaker Maker, because he's got to haul back. There's no way he's going to come out of the gate like he did, say, at Brisbane at the Inter-Dominion. So, and that's got to be in the horse's favour, because we know he's got the most lethal last 400 metres of the whole field.
He's equal second favourite at the moment, Shaker Maker, with number 1 Holmes DG at $4.80. Well, look at the size of this little fellow, 14 two hands. He wouldn't be out of place at Pony Club on a Sunday. The mighty might, the mighty midget.
Mouse, they call him, and he hasn't grown much upwards anyway since he was in New Zealand. He's certainly grown out, and he's matured a lot. And just watching them in the parade ring, he was walking around alongside Shaker Maker, and Shaker Maker dwarfed him, but he doesn't dwarf him on the track, that's for sure.
You know, the most obvious question, Sam Nat-Eye, that comes to my mind at the moment is the hobble length of Courage Under Fire. Sometimes little horses go in a much longer hobble than you'd expect. Have you any idea of his hobble length?
I find out for you. I will find out for you from Brian Hancock. We've had the national anthem. We've had the chill bumps. We just need the race now. And just looking at that tote market, it's pretty much in line with what bookies have done on track. The 2 exceptions, you can get better Courage Under Fire, plenty of black odds, and much better odds available for Shaker Maker.
That's right, Sam. The People's Horse tag has lived up here. He is a little bit of unders at the $1.90. The bookies have taken a stance. We know why. That's because most people don't think he'll be able to head off Holmes DG. Just watching the horses in their preliminary and the imposing Shaker Maker in the Knights of Glory colours from Victoria, geez, a standout on looks. I mean, if you were a Roy Higgins or someone like that judging them on the yard, your money would be on.
You had a look at all of the horses and you've labelled Shaker Maker as the best of them as far as looks was concerned. But they all do look great, don't they?
Holmes DG, if it's applicable to describe a horse as such, he looks in the zone. He looks ready for it. He was pretty sharp. Barry Purdon having a good look down the straight that first time and probably counting every metre to the first turn, so to see whether he can hold them out. There's Little Courage. He looks relaxed. He's got the ears pricked, and Brian Hancock, well, even though that Miracle Mile hoodoo's there, you wouldn't know it. He's the consummate professional, and he's handled himself superbly in the build-up to this race.
$1.90 for Courage Under Fire with a massive $373,000 of the New South Wales win pool. You can't imagine that there are going to be too many more changes on that tote bucket. It'll only be marginal. And now Holmes DG has come into a reigning second pick, and certainly... well, yeah, they're pretty close. Oh, there's Shaker Maker firming up 10 cents again. And you have got the job of finding our post-race interview, grabbing someone, sharing with them the exhilaration of what has to be one of their greatest moments.
Well, I own a few horses. I'll never get to be in that honour myself, but no, it certainly is an honour to share that first moment of excitement after the race, and we look forward to bringing that to people at home. Will it be Courage? Will it be Holmes DG? Will it be, I guess, a bit of an upset if anything else wins? Shaker Maker short there at $4.90, a lot better on track. Smooth Satin at $8.70, and Kim's Girl, my sneaky, $16. That's very good value.
You convinced me to put her in for fourth, so you've got some influence.
Yes, Yule Star there at $15. I'd say that's about right. He's sixth pick, but a close sixth pick if it's possible in a six-horse field.
Interestingly, the first Inter Dominion market was released during the week, and Shaker Maker was, Courage Under Fire was put out as the pre-post favourite at 5-1, and I reckon that's a market that might change quite a lot over the next couple of months.
No question about that. Obviously, Knights of Glory in Melbourne, we have this race tonight, the Trua next week, the Ben Hur, the Auckland Cup, and then into Knights of Glory in February. So they're not far away, Sam. The first 140 metres or so. We look back down this home straight. They're going to get to that first turn very quickly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the Miracle Mile. Kevin Thompson, your caller.
Miracle Mile. Thanks, Sam. They're coming up now for a start. Mobile is about to move off. Shaker Maker, Yule Star, Smooth Satin, Kim's Girl, Courage Under Fire, Holmes DG the inside. Mobile is moving off, and they're coming up. Gate starting to pick up speed now as they come up the side of the track. Holmes DG coming into his position on the inside. Courage Under Fire, Kim's Girl, Smooth Satin, Yule Star, and out wide Shaker Maker. Here we go. All set. Ready. Off. Courage Under Fire near the inside. He's gone out fast with Smooth Satin going out quickly, and Holmes DG trying to kick up on the inside. Hancock draws the stick on Courage Under Fire. Holmes DG's doing everything to hold him out. He's kicking through. It's a great charge for the lead. He's going to get there, though, I think, Courage Under Fire. He crosses Holmes DG and takes over. 2 to Smooth Satin to third from Kim's Girl. 2 lengths to Yule Star, and Shaker Maker back to last from his wide gate. Down the back, and Courage Under Fire's found the front after a battle with Holmes DG, who now takes the trail. A length to Smooth Satin. Kim's Girl 4th, 5th, Yule Star and 6th, Shaker Maker, and they're all on the pegs, Indian File. Although now Steve Turnbull's coming away from the pegs to race up without cover. That first quarter, 29-6. Courage Under Fire leads out by a length. Here comes Yule Star now. The Inter Dominion winner is off 3 wide, and Yule Star quickly going up to sit outside of Courage Under Fire. Holmes DG behind the leader now in a pocket. Smooth Satin 1-1. A length to Kim's Girl, and Shaker Maker's going over onto the pegs last of all. Down to the judge for the bell. Courage Under Fire, the leader from Yule Star. Holmes DG in the pocket is third. Smooth Satin 1-1. Shaker Maker the inside, and Kim's Girl last. Second quarter 32. He's been able to slow them right up here on Courage Under Fire, Brian Hancock. Into the back the last time. Courage Under Fire a length to Yule Star. Holmes DG's locked in behind the leader. Smooth Satin is 1-1. Shaker Maker in a pocket, 3 back. The pegs will need some luck from there. And Kim's Girl last of the 6. Down the back, Courage Under Fire the leader. A length on Yule Star. Holmes DG still locked in a pocket. Smooth Satin yet to come out. Shaker Maker with nowhere to go. And last of all is Kim's Girl. 400 to go. 29-4. Here's his big chance. Courage Under Fire and Brian Hancock. He's had a great run in front. out. Yulestar on the outside. Holmes DG can't get out. Smooth Satin about to peel, and then Shaker Maker and Kim's Girl to the outside. Courage Under Fire. Can he last it out here? He's 3/4 to Yulestar, sticking on well. Smooth Satin asked to go. Courage Under Fire in front. Hancock pulls the stick. Smooth Satin is wearing him down. Courage Under Fire, Smooth Satin. Smooth Satin, I think, got him on the line. It's close. I'll give it to Smooth Satin, a nose to Courage Under Fire. Close for third, Shaker Maker and Yulestar. Followed in by second last, Kim's Girl, and Holmes DG is last of all. Oh, it's another big finish, a close one again. Like last year, when a nose decision split them. And it's happened again here. There's nothing in this. Smooth Satin and Courage Under Fire. Courage Under Fire has led everywhere to the last stride, and Smooth Satin has come at him and picked him up right on the post. And he may have just got there to win. Smooth Satin. Courage Under Fire had his chance in front. He was giving everything. Yulestar just couldn't get to him. And Smooth Satin, perfectly driven by Steve Turnbull, has pulled out wide with his last sprint home to grab Courage Under Fire, and he's got it. Smooth Satin, number 4, Steve Turnbull the winner. Number 2, Courage Under Fire, Brian Hancock second. 5, Yulestar, Peter Jones third. 6, Shaker Maker fourth. 3 was 5th, Kim's Girl, and 1 was 6th, Holmes DG. It's a half a head official margin. Half a head. And the time is a rate of 156.9. Last quarter, 27.2. And half ahead by a neck of the margins. 156.9 is the mile rating. The overall time, 27.8. And Smooth Satin has got there to win in the last stride. And Brian Hancock is still a Miracle Mile maiden as a driver.
They're set.
A moment for Laurie and Gwen Payton, the owners of Smooth Satin.
Yeah, it's just an unbelievable.
Oh, it's amazing scenes. Laurie, after everything that's happened to you in harness racing, how does this?
This is just unbelievable. It is really unbelievable. We were just so thrilled to be invited into the race. We never thought we could win it, but we were just over the moon that we got invited.
And for the whole of Bathurst as well, the town's behind this horse.
Oh, mate, there's 2 busloads come down from Bathurst.
And they're all here at the moment.
I think they are, yeah.
What about that wait for the photo finish?
Yeah, that was a bit stressful, but look, we were just pleased to be in it. We really were.
And this win, this is the start of something big here. I mean, this horse can only get better.
We think so.
There's Gwen. We might let them celebrate now. That's Laurie and Gwen Payton. Sensational stuff down here.
Righto, Adam, thank you. And Sheldon and I, of course, endorse your congratulations to the winning owners. Lovely people. They've had tremendous faith in this horse. And, you know, he had the same run in the Newcastle Mile last Saturday week. He had the 1 out, 1 back, and couldn't pick up Courage Under Fire on that occasion. Obviously, and then he had another tough run here last week. Yeah. How tough is he?
Well, I tell you who was one of his great fans during the week when we were obviously getting the build-up to the race was actually Brian Hancock. He was really impressed with his run when he ran, was it 2nd or 3rd to him at Newcastle? He said he'll just need that run and one more to top him off and he's going to be dangerous. And he's, you know, he's proved his nemesis tonight in the last stride. Unbelievable reaction by the crowd, I thought, to the local horse. They, you know, they obviously a New South Wales Quinella technically, but obviously the hearts of the Harold Park crowd were definitely with Smooth Satin.
Well, here is young Steve Turnbull, and Adam, in crossing back to you, here's another little piece of Miracle Mile history. We now have a father and son to drive a Miracle Mile winner.
It's just amazing scenes, isn't it? This family is so much a part of harness racing, and to be down here at the moment is a pretty special feeling. Not as special it is for you though, Steve.
No, this is it. This is the most excited I've ever been in my whole life. It's unbelievable.
The way the race was run, I mean, were you still hopeful coming to the turn? Because we all thought that Courage had had it too easy.
Yeah, he'd had a hard run out of the gate, and I was just hoping he mightn't have had much left in the tank. And yeah, we went for home, and he sprinted terrific.
What a horse! I mean, this has come around almost too early in his career. I mean, you still believe the best is yet to come.
I don't know. He every run improved. He went to 55, then the 54, and they said he couldn't do it, but he just comes out fighting. I think he's a mountain horse.
He's gone from not liking Harold Park to loving the place.
Yeah, he loves Harold Park. I think the bank turns and that he just comes off the turn and sprinting hard.
And how's this going to be for Bathurst? The new Hondo.
Yeah, he's my Hondo, I keep saying.
There he is, Steve Turnbull, and what a happy moment down here, Tappy.
Yeah, wonderful to see. The Turnbulls, of course, need no introduction. The Turnbull clan from Bathurst in the central west of New South Wales have become legend in this sport. You know, I can remember seeing young Steve Turnbull, Sheldon, drive at his very first Sunday gymkhana. It was a charity gymkhana at Lithgow many, many years ago, around about 1970, I'd say. And I can remember young Steve, I think it was his first trial drive. He drove a mare called Windstorm, believe it or not.
What if he was dreaming of winning the Miracle Mile that day, one day?
Of course he was. What else to dream about? Let's have a look at the start, Sheldon. Now, they came out here at a furious pace. It was obvious that Barry Purton on Holmes DG and Hancock on Courage Under Fire both desperately wanted the lead. Look at little Courage begin. Those little legs are pumping like pistons. Purton has the whip on Holmes DG. I thought he was going to hold him, Sheldon, for 2 strides there. Brian, I was quite worried he was going to shave him too as he crossed, but I think Barry got back out of it.
Just kept kicking going around the bend, Courage Under Fire, which was enough to cross him. I don't... See, have you ever seen a horse driven so hard out of the gate, even at Harold Park?
No, I doubt it.
Gee, Hancock was so keen to get to the front there. He's larricked him on the back with the whip probably, what, half a dozen or 8 times down the home straight to get across. And I think in the end, in the final analysis, that's been his undoing in the last 50 yards. That just that blinding first 200 metres is just taking the sap. This is a brilliant drive by one of the great New Zealand drivers, Peter Jones. Who would have thought, in any of the race analysis, who would have thought that Yulestar was going to be sitting outside the leader with, 1,100 metres to go? No one.
I wonder if Stephen Turnbull had a sixth sense when he came off the pegs on Smooth Satin and risked the death seat himself. I wonder if he had a sixth sense that Yulestar might go.
I suppose even a wee bit of analysis, he's probably thinking that, well, this is going to be the soft quarter. If anyone's going to come around, it's going to be here. And he's got the option of brushing up alongside and being handy for the sprint home. So he had $1 each way there, but it's worked perfectly for him at this stage. Holmes DG going all right at this stage. Notice on the top bend, he's really starting to struggle to stay on the back of Courage as Hancock just lets him roll a wee bit here.
Brian Hancock looked to have a lap full of horse here. I thought it was all over here after a 32-second quarter, and Courage looks to be absolutely jogging here.
3 lengths to Smooth Satin at this stage. That's a lot of ground to make up when you're coming home at 27.2 around an 800-metre track, isn't it?
Kim's Girl ran a respectable race. She's last of the 6 as they come to the turn. You can see that the dour program she's had in New Zealand, including the New Zealand Cup win, had just taken the edge off her brilliance. She couldn't keep Smooth Satin's back at the top of the straight, but watch her start to pull ground off most of the others in the last 50 metres. She was far from disgraced.
Very hard task, obviously, making ground on that final quarter. She's electric over the last 200 metres, but as you say, it was nullified today.
Another wonderful Miracle Mile. You look at every scenario leading into these races and something you haven't thought of happens.
It almost happens every time in the big ones. No one would have predicted that. And, well, these people weren't predicting anything. Probably even at this stage, they were just hoping and screaming. Actually, this has been the key to the horse's win. They blew him over the line.
They were worth at least 5 metres to him. Smooth Satin is by stature.
Did he win?
Did he what?
They think he did.
Yeah, there's the Smooth Satin connection. Beautiful trophies. Bohemia Crystalware, part of the trophies to the winning connections. Must be a magic moment for the owners and for the trainer-driver to be standing down there looking up to a packed grandstand with the lights of Harold Park sparkling overhead, and they've just won the Miracle Mile. Be an indescribable feeling.
To the connection to the great winner, Smooth Satin. The owners, Laurie and Wes Mason from Bathurst, and also the trainers, Steve.
Now that I've...
So often, I mean, so many things happened that weren't predicted to happen. As we said, nobody predicted that Holmes DG wouldn't lead. I mean, you know, there were people hoping that Courage Under Fire would lead and suggesting that the only way he was going to win was lead, but everyone to a man suggested or thought that, like he had in the last couple of years, Holmes DG would lead, and he didn't. I expected Yule Star to be out the back with Kim's Girl. Well, not so much Kim's Girl, but Yule Star out the back. He's up outside the leader with 1100 to go. Kim's Girl finds herself last at the quarter. Smooth Satin gets on the back of a great drive by Steve Turnbull, slots into a position that I don't think anyone really predicted he would be in.
Well, he was going to easily have got trapped in the death himself, you know.
Great race, though.
Yeah,
the old
terrific
heart's
race.
still going. It's
Had
still going.
Had everything. You know, the fine line between leading, you know, crossing the lead or holding the lead has never been more clearly illustrated.
He had a couple of goes, Brian. He was going to cross him just after the winning post, and he, you know, as you suspected, he thought he might be going to just about clean him up, but he hauled out again, and then he gave him another one on the backside, and he just took that bend. He slingshotted that bend a lot quicker than Holmes DG did down on the markers, and that just gave him the extra 2-3 metres he needed to get across. But gee, work to get to the front. Gee.
Oh, enormous work. But that second quarter in 32 appeared to be his reprieve, but it wasn't so. Yule Star was able to get around them during that slow quarter too.
It was a mighty run by that horse, because actually at the top of the straight, I thought Yule Star was Courage Under Fire's greatest threat, because he seemed to almost level as they swung for home, and he seemed to have a lot more in the tank tonight in that last 200 metres that he has had all season. So maybe he's just turned the corner in time for races perhaps like the Truro Memorial, certainly the Auckland Cup. And I tell you what, they'll be back here with bells on for the Inter-Dominions now after that performance.
I'll tell you what, Brian Hancock remains winless in the Miracle Mile after 14 attempts. He was the oldest driver in the race tonight at 53 years of age. The youngest was Shakermaker's driver John Justice at 42. So time's running out, I guess, for Brian. Will Courage Under Fire still be going this time next year? He may well be. He's a sound little horse, and I don't think there are any plans at all to look at a stud career at this stage. So he may well be back for another shot in 2002. But I wonder if the record books will ever include the name of BP Hancock.
You wouldn't back against it, though.
No, you would not. OK, being loaded, race 10 Geelong. Let's go to the hook.
60 Cyborg into 380. Reading, and the railers out 12, and they're nearly set for the first. Bar Sector took the outside barrier, and one to come up is the favourite Innovation Girl, who has the absolute